From dark jungles and deep swamps, dense forests, and hidden laboratories around the world. Primal rage, high-tech circuitry, servos, blood, flesh and sinew, creatures and beings, automatons, mysteries never before dreamed. And nightmares never before viewed. Come now and join us for Creepies and Beep Beeps. Hey everybody, welcome to Creepies and Beep Beeps. Again, we're going to take a look at something kind of weird and unusual. Okay, this might not seem as weird and unusual as before because, you know, we've gotten used to the Universal monsters, but this is the creature from the Black Lagoon. By far, my favorite of all the Universal monsters. Explanation for that? I don't know. I like the movie. Maybe because there wasn't a book in front of it like Frankenstein and Dracula had. Maybe because, you know, I don't know. It just felt like a better story overall. It just was really, I always felt it was really well done. And this is the NECA version. I have the Jada version to the side here because I want to do a little, I don't want to call it a comparison, but I'll look at both. But first, let's look at the NECA on his own. I mean, and with NECA, we're used to lots of detail and, you know, cool sculpt. So, win on that. I am not going to dive into the Universal Monsters line because I like Universal Monsters a lot, but I don't think this line is for me necessarily. Creature from the Black Lagoon is an exception. I want to go over his accessories here. He's got a couple of these kind of hands. Now, one thing is, it kind of looks the same as these. Let me get them in frame here. So yeah, they're very similar. I don't quite get the point. And he's got this is a little bit flatter. And this one has a little bit more grasp to it. This looks like when he was climbing into the boat, I think. And then, you know, another really flat one. And then these are also really kind of flat. So I'm not quite sure, you know, I'm not quite sure about the accessories on this one. He's got, you know, the creepy faces, various points of, you know, his unusual breathing. That was one thing I really liked, was the breathing. That was creepy. I did like that. Again, it's my favorite of the movies. It just won me over right away. I just thought it was one of the, at the time, and I want to say I was 9 when I saw Creature from the Black Lagoon. I thought it was one of the best movies I've ever seen. You know, I still think it's a really good movie. Not the best I've ever seen, but a really good movie. Versus, I mean, don't get me wrong, all the Universal Monster movies have their merits, but again, that really grabbed me. So he's got pretty good articulation, especially for a NECA. He's actually got double elbow, and it's hidden by overlays. So that's interesting. Not seen NECA do that before that I've seen. Maybe they did it in the Aliens line. I don't know. But, you know, the thing is, let's just face it, NECA is getting a bit cost prohibitive. And to collect any full NECA line, you're going to need to devote some money. So therein lies the dilemma with that. It's they're a little higher priced, a little bit more, and I don't think you get more bang for your buck necessarily with many NECA products. Sometimes, like Alf, yeah, you got a lot of bang for your buck with Alf, but not with these Universal Monsters. I mean, there's some good stuff in here, but you know, again, I feel like, you know, these kind of hands are kind of redundant. So as I said, I'm gonna bring in the Jada creature and just move him over a little bit. Now, first thing you're gonna notice is the Jada creature is much more brightly colored. This is all subject to interpretation. If you've ever seen the actual suit, it is closer to this color than to the NECA. Of course, you're filming a black and white movie. You want contrast to show detail. Boom. That's why. It's a tomato thing. Would this be more realistic of a Gilman? Yeah. Okay, I give you that. Is this what we had? Yeah. I mean, all the pictures of the Gil suit I've seen, it would look more like this than this. But, you know, this looks a little more like the movie poster, so, and that was in color. It was a painting. So again, interpretation. It's how you interpret it. Of course, these are two different scales, and that's one issue that comes into play, is they're two different scales. As such, they're not going to mesh. And it's hard to do a comparison. I'm messing around with the articulation, though. I mean, I can clearly see the Jada one has much more articulation. Very much so. And that is a plus. I mean, don't get me wrong. The NECA one has really good articulation. And I'm sorry, I'm still had some bad experiences with NECA. And just wary of the articulation. But, you know, it still has very good articulation. Don't take that the wrong way. It's just not near the range that the Jada does. And let's be honest, I'm double checking, making sure everybody's in frame. Let's be 100% honest. Jada's a lot cheaper than NECA. You know, this was 20 bucks. This was 33, 34. So, yeah, there's that. NECA has grown as a company, and their prices have stayed the same, except for recently a couple of them are going higher. Don't like that. If you like that, you're crazy. And that makes me kind of think, well, how is Jada pulling this off so cheaply? Well, maybe they're not greedy. I'm thinking that's the point. I would honestly say, if you want to get a Universal's Monsters line, grab the Jadas. The Jadas are great quality. They're good. I mean, if you're going for fine detail, okay, NECA probably. But, you know, keep in mind, you're going to spend more money. So, but I like it. I mean, I like it. I would, again, anybody but the Gilman I would not go for, but this one, I mean, it's NECA, and it's the Gilman. I just went, yeah, I want to go for that. I just like Creature from the Black Lagoon. And I mean, these two are going to sit side by side on my shelf. So, I mean, that tells you something right there. I just really love Universal Monsters. And especially Creature from the Black Lagoon. To me, it's just a phenomenal movie. And It's just really great. It's really good. It's one of those Universal movies that, you kind of just gravitate to it, and it's just really good. I mean, I have no other explanation besides that. I just think it's a really good movie. Some people don't like it, and that's fine. You don't have to like everything, but, I'm taking a look at the figure. I think this is really good, as well as this. I mean, they're both really good. They're exactly in the wheelhouse I want, so that's a plus. In comparison, I mean, I will say Jade is better, but, only because it's less price, and they at least put some thought into the accessories of the Jada creature. I didn't pull those out for this video, so I'm not going to compare that. Again, just really like the Jada one. I love the creature from the Black Lagoon, so I'm a winner either way. So I don't really have to worry about it too much. I'm perfectly happy with both. And, again, I just think, this one is really good. It has a lot of great qualities, a lot of great detail, and the hidden joints do add to the figure. I just don't think it's quite as good as this Jada one. The Jada one just appeals to me. It's just really good and really nice. Okay, creepies and beep beeps shall now wrap up. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to do all that YouTube stuff, and take care.